Hello, this is Manish Patel from Ichimoku Today is January 6, 2014. This is our bi-weekly analysis for the currency Forex market. Okay, this is our first video for 2014, so hope you enjoy it. So a normal disclaimer to state this is for educational use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. If you do so, you're doing that at your own risk. All the charts you're going to see today are from TradeStation. Here are our contact details here at info@eiicapital.com. You can contact us at any of our global office locations here, or access our website here at ichimokutrade.com. Access our blog where we blog trades of the week, Twitter feeds, Facebook, free videos, and various other things. We're also going to be publishing by the end of this week a free institutional report where we would have given you a long-term price projection for currencies and other instruments around the world for 2014. Okay, so let's go straight to the charts. Let's look at, remember, on the left hand side is basically the daily time frame, on the right hand side is basically the weekly time frame. First instrument we're going to look at is Australian CAD. You can see Australian CAD here on the daily time frame looks like it's bottomed out here. Found a support roughly around about 94.50. However, if you look at the weekly time frame, this was trending here, pulled back to about 99.45, and then started to make a move down. As we talked about in the last 2 weeks, when it made a move down here, we need a pullback before this gets up there and retests the low to kind of equalize everything. The pullback level that we're looking at for this instrument is about 96.07. That's going to be its true test. If it holds that resistance level, then this thing does have the ability to go down, retest this low, and the trend will continue. If it doesn't hold that level and breaks higher, then basically this has a high probability of entering a consolidation pattern between 9400 and 9945. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens with that one. But that is a possible trade and something to look at for the Australian CAD, where 96.07 is a major resistance level where we're waiting for price to get there and see what happens. Australian yen looks nasty on the daily time frame. On the weekly, this is a bullish trend. Did a major pullback to roughly about I would say 86, and now is slowly trying to retest this high. Still far away from retesting the high. The major support in order to retest this high is going to be basically 91.03. If it could hold a 91.03, and sit there and retest the high, it could sit there and retest the high. The next resistance level it has to break is 96, and then the next one after that is 98. If it could get for those levels at 96 and 98, this thing's going to sit there, go back to 102 very easily. But since it held a support at 91.03, this definitely does have bullish momentum. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on for 2014. Australian Switzy broke a support basically 82.62. Kind of needs to equalize first, so it needs to pull back to that level, turn that support into resistance. So the resistance on this guy is going to be about 82.62. Support on this guy is going to be roughly around about, I would say, about 78.50. Australia, New Zealand, this is one I love because this has been a great trade for 2013, and believe it or not, for 2014, this thing's continuing its journey downwards. You could see it did a minor pullback to here, and then now came right back below here, and slowly trying to retest the low. So this is looking good to retest the low and possibly continuing to keep on going down, because this never sat there and got to the green line at all. So this does have the ability to go to a whole new level, which most people don't think can happen. Australian USD, you could see here it's basically had a trend here, did a pullback to 97.23 and came back and retested low at 89.34. I don't like the idea that it has not broken down at all, and by doing that, the bearish momentum is weakening completely. So this thing does look like it's maybe bottoming out now. The major support that makes sure that it does bottom out, that has to hold, is 8900, and the resistance it has to break is about 89.93, which we're very, very close to. If it could break that resistance, this has a high probability of coming back to about 91.33 and 92.87, and at that point this could be the bottom of the consolidation pattern and 97.23 be the top. So this one's interesting to see it maybe bottoming out now. CAD Switzy, You could see here, this is a bearish trend here. It's still very strong bearish, believe it or not. The daily looks like it's not, but the weekly is telling you it is. It's at a resistance level, a major resistance level right now, which is basically 85.09. It's got to hold in order for the bearish trend to continue. If it doesn't, it's going to do a pullback to about 86.95, which is its next resistance level. Support, of course, is going to be 8,300. CAD yen. This is one that's been interesting here. This is still bullish trending, believe it or not. This is bullish trending, did a major pullback here and came back up here. It's got a high probability, believe it or not, of retesting the high. May go for a pullback, believe it or not. Up till then, pullback level is going to be 97.15, and the second one's going to be 96.76, and the last one's going to be 95.69. So those are three pullback levels they can undergo before it sits there and retests the high on the weekly time frame, but this is still bullish intact right now. Switzerland yen, this is still very, very strong bullish, more than all the yen pairs out there, the Switzerland yen, and this looks like it's slowly starting to move forward up. It is pulling back right now. It's at a minor support level 115. Major support level is going to be at 113.21. Euro Australian, this is still bullish trending on both the daily and weekly. It's at a minor support level right now. Major support level is going to be basically at 49.11. Actually, we'd like it to see it put back to about 49.11 and at that point hold, because that'll be a nice little healthy pullback for this thing to continue to keep on going up. If it doesn't hold here, then this thing will sit there and go for a major pullback where it possibly can come all the way back down to 4,000 before going to retest the high. So we'll see what happens in this one. Euro CAD, similar to Euro Australian, this is trending very nicely up right now. It's at a minor support at 44.02, major support's at 41.82. If it breaks that major support, then this is going to undergo a major pullback, but it should sit there and keep on going. Resistance on this guy is going to be 46.12. Okay. Euro Switzy, there's nothing to talk about in Euro Switzy, that's boring. Euro DKK, really doing nothing. It's bullish trending but stuck right now in the consolidation pattern. The consolidation pattern, basically support on this one's going to be 45.63. Resistance is going to be 46.24. Euro Pound. Right here was bullish trending, came back, retested the high, really didn't do anything, pulled back. It's at a major pullback level, which is at 82.81. It has to sit there and hold here. If it doesn't hold here, this pullback's going to turn into a full-blown trend reversal where it can come down to 8,000. But it's got high probability here, believe it or not, bouncing up here and at least getting back to 85.10. 85.10 is going to be a critical level to see exactly what happens here. But there's high probability of here coming back to 85.10. Euro Yen. This is bullish trending, completely going up. It's at a minor support level right now. The major support levels are going to be at 138.94 and 136.91. So that's that one. Euro NUC. Euro NUC is trending nicely up. It's at a minor support level, which is 3,500, which is a minor support level. The major one's going to be at 1525, but it's still bullish trending on both the daily and weekly. Euro New Zealand looks like one big mess. It's hard to even sit there and make anything out of this big mess, but this is not one to definitely trade. Resistance on this one is about roughly around 7,000. Support on this guy is going to be roughly about, I would say, 6,100. Euro SEK. This is starting to start a bearish trend here, but don't like the idea. It kind of stopped up here. It stopped at a major resistance level, which was right around here at basically 9.0526. And I don't like the idea it did that. It should have kept on going. It didn't. The support it has to hold to keep on going up higher was basically 8.8037. If it breaks up that level, this thing's going to basically enter a consolidation pattern long term. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. Euro USD is doing nothing except consolidating between 28.01 and 37.78. We got to that resistance level, bounced off there. Looks like they're trying to go down right now. Minor resistance level on this guy is going to be 37.08. A minor support on this one is going to be 34.42. Pound Australian. This is bullish trending on both the daily and weekly. We're at a minor support level now. The major support level is going to be at 78.44 and 75.08. Resistance level is going to be pretty much at the 86.11 mark. Pound Switzy, boring, really not doing anything. At a resistance level right now, 48.28. Support is 44.83. But you can see the resistance level is being constant. The supports are being moving up. So this is a squeeze play that's going on. So if it could sit there and break this 48.28, this thing possibly can sit there and start a bullish trend. But we needed to break it with conviction in order for that to happen. Pound yen, one of the strongest yen pairs next to Switzy yen, still going up very, very strong at a minor support level right now at 170.34. Major supports at 166.39 and 161.20. Resistance level is going to be around 174. Pound New Zealand really not doing anything except consolidating here between 2.0068 and roughly, I would say, about, let's mark this level right here, which is roughly about 88.95, is basically the big nasty consolidation pattern. There's nothing exciting there, so let's just move on. Pound USD is trending here. You could see on both the daily and weekly. Got into resistance level right now, so we'll just mark it off here. But you could see this is overall a big, massive consolidation pattern. Got to the one level here, got to another level here. This thing has to sit there and hold 62.27 in order to break, to keep on going higher. If it breaks below the 62.27, this thing's going to come back to the middle of the consolidation pattern, which is 58.14, and then possibly move down to 5,000, which is the bottom of the consolidation pattern. So definitely need to keep an eye on that one. New Zealand CAD, if you look at here, there's a lot of support resistances. Looks a little messy in here, but basically broke a resistance at 87.76, holding that resistance to go higher. Whoa. So this looks like it has the ability to keep on going higher, but you need it to sit there and start trending. The more it doesn't trend, the momentum's going to die, and the more it has a possibility of reversing, and this could be a fake breakout, and it sits there and goes down lower. New Zealand Switzy really doing nothing except basically consolidating between 8,000 and about 71.50, so nothing exciting going on that one. Let's move on. New Zealand yen pretty much retesting the high up here. Some people say it's broken out. I don't think so. A little bleep above the resistance doesn't mean that it's a breakout. 86.35 is the resistance level. You want it to sit there and keep on going higher. Support on this guy is going to be about 84.80. And then the next one's going to be about 80.95. New Zealand USD was one nasty thing right now. It looks like one big nasty consolidation pattern. But if you enlarge this, you can see one thing. The supports are going up now, and the resistances are kind of going down. And if you look at this on a micro level on a daily time frame, that basically has broken out of a tight squeeze consolidation pattern right here, in the last 2 days, and it looks like it's trying to make a bullish move. So this thing can't sit there, and looks like maybe the squeeze tight consolidation pattern may possibly be breaking out bullish, and if it does, it's going to sit there and retest this high up here, which is roughly about 8,500. So we're going to wait and see exactly what happens. But you got a lot of minor resistance levels on its way up, but definitely looks like a good candidate to start a trend for 2014. Singapore yen, just like all the yen pairs, is bullish. It's broken a minor support level. The next one's basically going to be around about 80.97, and the next one after that 79.04. US CAD broke a resistance at 657. However, if you enlarge this, shrink this guy down. Oops, that's not the shrinking tool. Sorry. You could see that this is not a high, but this looks like a big master consolidation pattern in here, and there's a lot of real resistances along the way. So if you look at this, there's another resistance here, there's another resistance up here, and there's a whole bunch of them going up. So this is going to be interesting to see, but the probabilities for 2014, if it could break this current resistance right now, it does have the ability to go up to 1.100. So definitely keep an eye on this one, because this is one that a lot of people say couldn't even break out, which it did. US Switzy here, you could see here is bearish. It's slowly starting a bearish trend. This is one slow currency. It just takes its time to kind of fall apart. But this thing was consolidating, broke its consolidation period right here, slowly deteriorating, and the support levels on this one's going to be 83.05 and 76.39. Okay, USD DKK. This is also slowly deteriorating right now. It's at a minor support level, which it has to sit there and break. Sorry, not minor, a major one, which is roughly right here. If it could break that support level, this thing's got a highest probability to coming down and tanking to that and retesting that low. So definitely keep an eye on this one into 2014. USD Hong Kong, really doing nothing at all. Basically found a bottom here. Right here, and then they found a support a little higher here. So the supports are slowly going up. However, this thing does not seem to want to break out at all. Resistance on this one's going to be about 75.51. Support, as you can see, is going to be roughly around about 75.10. US yen, which a lot of people are looking at, broke its resistance at 103.70 and it's kind of flirting around with that level right now. Supports for this guy is going to be 103.52. Next one's going to be 102.17, and the one after that's going to be 161. US NOK, really doing nothing at all except consolidating between 5.9 thousand and 6.2 thousand. USD SEK, really doing nothing. Let's just ignore that. That's doing nothing. That's boring. US Singapore, really doing nothing except consolidating between 23.50 and 28.34. Okay, so that's it for this week. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. If you have any questions, you can contact us here, and Happy New Year.